All right, welcome back to Sportlight, and of course on set, Rawlson Dopwell, a.k.a. Babatola.
Rastafari.
Though he was a Rasta.
But you don't ever, but you're born a Rasta.
He was a Rasta.
You understand? You choose Babylon. Always remember that.
Yeah. He's giving me real talk, you know. You realize he's giving me real talk.
You realize that? I see what that big shootout earlier. That was good, man. Yeah.
Rawlson, now we met through your boxing gym in Petit Valley. I came to do a story on a couple of boxers there at the time. But I want you to tell us what made you start that gym, because I remember you gave me the story, but I want you to give the people, because it's relevant now. We have that sort of thing happening all over the place. Well, what made you start that gym?
Well, what really motivate me to start this gym is the falling of our youths that we see today in society. We see that crime taking over the youths and they're falling, we're losing them. So I decided, well, what worked for me, I think it could work for some of the youths. Because at the time in my life, I was thinking about going down destruction road, and I turned back and choose to take sport. And the sport I wanted to take, I like challenges. I wanted man sport. I find football
Girly.
not girly, but you know, it's not 100%.
Right.
You don't get the 100% inside of it. What happens is that you might be playing 100, but your partner playing 30, and the other partner playing 15. So then we won't get the results we want. But if I choose a sport which is, say, well,
You're committed. You gotta give everything.
You gotta put your full 100 in it. Otherwise, you die. It's like putting your life on the line. And I choose boxing. And boxing, what I thought it wasn't. You understand? What it is a very disciplined sport.
Right.
And it has lots of challenges, and the challenges give you discipline. It motivates you, it makes you be self-confident and things like that. So I choose that road. And then I say, what's happening in my community? And around Trinidad, I don't want it to continue in my community. So I will use what I use for me to help some of the youths in our community. And so far, from 2006 to now, I'm being progressive.
Progressive.
Yeah.
Talk about some of these youths, because you have youths coming to you. Give me a story of one of those youths who has come to you and his life is now completely different from when he came, and boxing has changed his life.
Well, I had many youths that come already, and some come and go. One of the main names I could call is Dion Charles. He was a little youth, you know, that could have been anywhere. And I take him under my wings, talk to him, bring him into the boxing world. And today he is a well-rounded young man. Right now he's going into family life, and he dropped off the boxing, but he into family life, and he's doing good so far. And it have many others, Isaac, Herbert. I just have another little youth called Raheem Felix. His friends, he sees some of his friends fall, some go into prison, and he now reverts his life to the boxing and realizing that that is the way to go. The whole idea is, we have a gym in Petit Valley, it's a boxing gym, but our camp really is not about boxing fully, we all wrong. What we do, you come to the boxing gym and we identify talent inside there. Right? Because we had a little youth, Fidel. He come and we realized, well, look, he's doing well in the boxing, but he looked like he could be a big runner.
Right.
And we spoke to the parents, and they took him, and he's doing well for Trinidad right now as a youth. Right?
Good.
He's going on, and we do that with young footballers. We find footballers coming out, netballers, because we have girls and boys in the program.
Right.
As you know, right? And we realize sport is the way to go. Sport is the vehicle to change the youth from going down that road. What happened with the youths? When they have spare time, too much waste time, they tend to get in trouble.
Yeah.
And we utilize sport to gravitate, to take up that time, suck up that time, and it working in our community.
The big challenge I find with youth today, as a parent of 2 teenage boys, I find that the distractions and the empty time, you get this feeling like you feel some false sense of accomplishment by winning and leveling up and getting likes and all of these different things that really and truly have no material benefit. What is the big challenge you feel in your community of Simeon Rd and the wider Diego Martin, Petit Valley community? What is the biggest challenge? Getting them kids away from these social media, these devices. What's your biggest challenge?
Well, we know the social media and things, we know that is a challenge, but we have to talk a lot. Talking a lot, showing them the real thing. You understand? We know, well, look, we have to show them, well, look, every time we try to build on our life, something come to push us back. And we talk to them, we show them, well, look, the real thing. And some of them pull away. Like in my gym, when you come to the gym, your last phone call is on the outside. As you put your foot inside, the phone switch off.
Right.
One person answers the phone in the gym. Right? It's the coach. And we have 2 coaches, not even the other coach can answer the phone. One coach answers the phone. So if we have 15 youths, we give them the number, if the parent need them at that time, what will happen is they will call the head coach. Head coach answer if it's important, we call the youth. Right. Other than that, we lock you down. No phone. We run a camp at Alicia's Palace 2013. And we had 9 young men aged 14 to 16, a junior camp, boxing camp. And it ran for 10 months. And that was the greatest 10 months of my whole 59 years.
Really? In what way? What made it so?
What happened is that I had these 10 young men to see about, these 9 young men to see about. And we have training morning, we have training evening. They have to go to school from the camp, they have to come back to the camp. So we program the camp, lights out at 10. At 10, lights out. But that is for the youth, not for the coach. The coach will be there and he will be monitoring the rooms. And I was surprised to hear of the problems that most of these youths have. And the big problem is parenting.
Yeah.
Parenting.
That's a big problem.
Our problem with parenting is that parents fall apart. Fathers not holding the responsibility. And the mothers who trying, they're not strong enough.
Right.
Right? And I listen to some of these youths talking with one another and realize they cry. The cry is for parenting.
Guidance.
Yeah, and I hold on to these guys because they don't know that I'll be monitoring the rooms and listening to WhatsApp and they listen to them talk and things. And I hold on to them and start to work with them and see the changes and how easy it is
to change a youth.
Ah,
I like how you talk there.
Parenting is the key. It has one, Justin Paris, well, you know,
yes,
the one we call Strongy. He is a youth that was a little bit difficult to deal with. And I hold on to Justin, and Justin was, well, not was, right now Justin come like my son. Right? Now he come from under a coach, Glenn Anderson, which did a good job with him. Well, Glenn ended up leaving the country for a while, so he ended up staying at my camp for a while, but now Glenn is back here and he is with Glenn. But yet still I have Justin Price as my son. He's a youth that could go far.
Working hard.
Working hard. Right. And Gerard Nunes.
Right.
You hear the report he got from his school. He was a youth that was going down Crime Road.
Yeah, he was.
Crime Road. gangsters coming to school to meet him to go out and thing. And the report coming that he's a role model in his school.
Yeah.
Right? After that camp.
After the camp. What I want to ask, you talk about parenting and stuff, but let's get to the fact that you have a camp, you're doing a good duty, and they probably have a lot of other people like yourself out there. Do you get that kind of support that you think you should be getting from A, the government, B, corporate society? Do they know? Because, you know, the problem, one of the things that people don't realize, right? Corporate world sits out there and says, oh, there's a crime, let's hire more security and more security and more security and more security. But a lot of times, instead of investing in security, probably they need to invest in stuff like what you do.
Sure, yeah. Well, corporation, I beg that they come on board. Trust me, I beg that they come on board, but they don't really have enough support for what we're doing. And I really try to ignore it because if I figure that would be a deterrent for me if I study it.
Let me ask you a simple question. How much a month you need? How much money a month you need to do what you want
to do? My work? To do what I do in here presently?
To do it the way you want to do it right now.
To do the gym that you have, to help
to have the kind of impact that you...
in your community.
You need to do, for let's say for 10 kids at a time.
Okay, we're talking about to pay me or to run a camp?
To do what you need to
run
do.
The
okay,
camp.
To pay you because you had to live.
To run a camp.
50 grand a month, 80 grand a month, 100,000 a month, 20,000
We'll take about roughly about 80,000 a month.
Right.
Right? That's a minimum.
Right. So you're looking at about $20,000 a week, corporate Trinidad. Come and jump out on this thing. Because I'm telling you see these kids, they're angry, they have so much unfocused energy.
Yeah.
Sports, not everybody is going to be playing football, not everybody going to be playing cricket. There are kids who want to hit something.
Yeah.
Right?
Or play, and Felix Gordon would have been here and he would have been basketball. So they want to get involved in something that, as you say, takes their energy and focuses it in a positive way.
Not just that, they want to hit something. Don't forget, boxing is hitting something. Right?
Yeah.
All the other things you learn as you come in. But when you reach there and you want to hit something, boxing is a really good sport. I'm telling you.
We have a lot of talent all around in Trinidad, but what we don't do is harness it and take it to another level.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the big problem. And I tell you, for youth, boxing is the way to really discipline the youth. For a youth to stand up and a man coffee in your face 10 times. And after that, you will hug that man. That's a friend
that's
still.
Exactly.
That's a friend still.
That's something
that show you
different.
the discipline
that's right.
coming in. Because you know right now how it is. If I hit you now, you might run for your gun.
Yeah.
You mash a man, Clark.
You understand?
You want to take your life.
And in boxing, every day we have, well, you see it.
I have seen it. I have seen it.
Every day we have sparring. A man with cuffing a man. I just ask them sometimes, how the blood juice taste? And it's a laugh because, you know, you get more busting. I tell them, you're supposed to get 20 times for the week. And the kicks in the gym, you know, everybody take it as a joke. And
because
it's fun.
And we had to get back to that to let people know that, listen, resorting to violence, a gun is absolutely the last, it's not a resort.
It's not a resort.
Because I remember you made
I can't say last resort. In our gym is glove, not guns.
Right.
I can live by that.
Yeah. I remember you talking about a lot of youths in your area wanted to defend themselves, and you say, listen, don't be reaching for a gun. Don't be thinking about that. Start thinking about disciplining yourself. Start thinking about defending yourself by having a good job, working hard.
Yeah.
So,
Chris, in our gym right now, I wish that the things I want to do is like, do something that will have these kids, they don't have to go to work. They're working right there, so they could have the time to train
and work.
From work, training.
Nice.
You understand? This is the kind of thing I want to do for our club in Simeon Rd really. And I wish other coaches could be going down that same road. And then we have much better youths, not only in the boxing world, you know, that should happen in all sport.
Right, yeah, I agree with you.
Another thing I find could be happening to help PTSC have some old buses. Give the communities some of these buses so that they could take the youths around the country to different sporting events and make it, you know, make it worthwhile, make it happen.
Make it happen. And let them see, they see in the country, they get in to see other youths, and they get in our education in the process. Rawlson, always a pleasure. We're going to take a break. When we come back, T and I are going to continue our discussions on...
It's going to get bloody in here. It's going to get bloody.
Fist up, fist
What do you call it? Blood juice?
blood juice.
Blood juice. No more Kool-Aid.
Of course, Sportlight is brought to you by Mike's Bikes, 21 O'Connor Street on the avenue there.
So parents, bring your kids out.
Bring your kids out. Bring your
Make
kids
sure
out.
that you take them in the sporting world and not
not
in the
anywhere.
other
Step
world.
up. Be responsible. We're going to take a break. When we come back, T and I are going to get into some more active discussion.
Yeah, and you can tweet me at TT Game Plan on Twitter. Aaron Hartwell, you're large. I see you in some snow there, boy.